Welcome to Channel KMLA. Today we will be discussing the topic of chemistry in our house, which reminds me there's a chemistry to coffee, or more specifically caffeine. Caffeine blocks the adenosine receptors in the brain. This reduces the ability of cellular activities. But then it also releases epinephrine, or which is more commonly known as adrenaline. It increases the heart rate, blood flow, and blood pressure, which gives you that significant rush feeling after you drink coffee. But now today, we will also have Megan, Lynn, and Katie talking about their own topics.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'll be discussing the chemistry of sleep. The hypothalamus part of the brain produces a pair of hormones called orexin into the brain, which wakes us up. When the hypothalamus stops releasing this neurohormone, we fall asleep. Sleep restores the neurons and increases production of brain proteins and certain hormones. Wakefulness is a temporary hyperactive catabolic or metabolism state which acquires nourishment and regeneration. We go through a series of cycles of NREM, non-rapid eye movement, and REM, rapid eye movement. In NREM, the brain activity decreases and the person becomes completely relaxed. During REM, the eyes move rapidly and the activity of the brain's neurons is similar when we are awake. We also dream in this stage. Certain neurons in the brainstem are particularly active during REM sleep and are probably responsible for dreams. The release of certain neurotransmitters is completely shut down during REM because the motor neurons are not stimulated by the brain's activity and the body's muscles don't move. Now here's Lynn.
Chemistry is in our everyday lives, such as this car. This is the tailpipe. Car exhaust comes out in a cloud of gas, usually barely visible. It is the product of burning gasoline and it has several components. Okay, pure gasoline is a combination of hydrocarbon chemicals, which are compounds made up entirely of the elements carbon and hydrogen. When pure gasoline is burned, under ideal conditions, the carbon and hydrogen combine with oxygen from the air. This reaction releases heat and converts the hydrocarbons into carbon dioxide gas and ordinary water.
Thanks, Lynn. Now back to Megan.
Some of the bread ingredients are yeast, sugar, flour, salt, and water. The chemical reaction happens from mixing these ingredients, causing the bread to rise. Yeast cells become active when exposed to warm water and begin to ingest sugar. Now take it over, Katie.
Oh, hi. Smells good, doesn't it? Although these chemicals in the air fresheners could cause damage to your body. The chemicals found in this air freshener could cause damages to your body. Formaldehyde is one of the chemicals found in air fresheners. This can irritate the lungs and mucous membranes and could cause cancer. Petroleum distillates are also found in these air fresheners. They are flammable and can irritate the body. Some chemicals such as p-dichlorobenzene could cause damages to the nervous system.
Back to you, Anu.
Light bulbs are a whole science by themselves. The structure of a light bulb is a metal contact at the bottom, which is connected to an electrical circuit, which is also connected to two stiff wires, which is attached to a tungsten filament, which sits in the middle of the bulb held by a glass. As you can see, a light bulb is very complicated. As electrons zip through the filament, they constantly bump into the atoms that make up the filament. The energy of the impact vibrates an atom, and the electrons release energy called photons. And when the photons are heated up to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it emits visible light.
Do you ever wonder what you wash your clothes with, such as laundry detergent? Laundry detergents contain many chemicals. Indigestion of these cationic chemicals may cause nausea, vomiting, convulsion, and comas. Non-ionic detergents are irritants. Many people experience chemical sensitivity to dyes and perfumes found in these detergents. Linear alkyl sodium sulfonates are found in these detergents as well. They are listed as anionic sulfocants on labels and are the most common sulfocants used. During their production, common sulfocants are used and produces reproductive toxins such as benzene and are released into the environment. They also biodegrade really slowly, making them a hazard to the environment. Bleach also has a lot of chemicals. Sodium percarbonate breaks down into sodium carbonate and hydrogen peroxide, oxidizing colors and substances to colorless ones, which remove stains. Sodium hypochlorite is also a chemical found in bleach. This is a chemical precursor to chlorine, which is highly toxic and involved in more household poisonings than any other chemical. When it reacts with organic materials in the environment, carcinogenic and toxic compounds are created.
We all use cleaning products for our face and body, such as deodorant, soap, and toothpaste. However, some of these products can be very dangerous. Antibacterials such as triclosan are found in many of these products. An antibacterial is a compound or substance that kills or slows down the growth of bacteria. Soaps are sodium or potassium fatty acids, salts, produced from the hydrolysis of fats in a chemical reaction called saponification. Each soap molecule has a long hydrocarbon chain, sometimes called its tail, with a carboxylate head. In water, the sodium or potassium ions float free, leaving a negatively charged head. Soap is an excellent cleanser because of its ability to act as an emulsifying agent. An emulsifier is capable of dispersing one liquid into another immiscible liquid. This means that while oil, which attracts dirt, doesn't naturally mix with water, soap can suspend oil and dirt in this way.
Here's MeganxKatyxLynnxAnu in the kitchen.
Onions taste good in your mouth, but don't feel good in your eyes. When you cut into an onion, it releases allanase enzymes and amino acid sulfoxides. This will later break down into sulfenic acids. The sulfenic acids rearrange into thiosulfonate and is the reason why we tear up. The acids are also converted by the LF synthase enzyme into a gas called lacrimatory. Syn-propanethio S oxide moves through the air and reaches our eyes. The first part of the eye it meets, the cornea, is populated by autonomic motor fibers that lead to the lacrimal glands. When syn-propanethio S oxide is detected, all the fibers in the cornea starts telling the lacrimal glands to wash away. Our eyes automatically start blinking and producing tears, which flushes the irritant away.
Does this ever happen to you while cutting onions, where you start to tear and cry? Well, this is something to protect your corneas from those awful fumes.
Here, try this.
These are anti-criers, new goggles that prevent you from crying while cutting onions. Call this number 1-800-ANTI-CRY. That's 1-800-268-4279. Only $98.99 plus shipping and handling.
That'll be all for today, guys. Visit us tomorrow at 8 at KMLA. Good night, everyone.